In this video I tech a lot about how to make it possible to display snippets of HTML, CSS and JavaScript code inside a web page. It would seem that all I need to do is to copy and paste the HTML, CSS or JavaScript code in my HTML file. Unfortunately, it is not that easy. Let me show you what I mean. In Notepad++, the free, Windows-based code editor I use on many of my projects, I open the HTML file used to design the page where I want to display my sample code. By the way, click on the I Tech A Lot link in the video description below to find out how you can download your copy of Notepad++. As part of my page design, I have included a drop-down item called index.html. This is where I want to display the code used for the project described in this page. In the HTML file used to create this page, I located the section where the drop-down is described and paste the code I want displayed in my drop-down. After saving the file, I launch a preview of my web page. I then open the index.html link on the rendered page and see that the code I pasted there is actually translated by the browser as the button it describes. I don't want to show the button when I open the index.html link. I want to see the actual code used to create this button. To fix this issue, there are two HTML functions I will use to wrap the code snippets I want to display on my page. These functions are the pre and the code items. Any code I want to display in my web page I will block with these functions. Let me show you what I mean. I return to my HTML file in Notepad++ and scroll down to where I pasted the code snippet I want displayed on my page. I put my cursor at the very beginning of the code I want displayed and enter the pre and code functions. I then scroll to where the code I want displayed ends and close the pre and code functions. In the pre function, I add all the style items I want to make my code look the way it should when the page is rendered by the browser. After blocking my code, I need to do one more bit of work to make my snippets be displayed the way I want. The next step is critical to making this strategy work. Now, I must escape all instances of quotation marks and greater than symbols used in the snippet of HTML code I want to display. Escaping is the programming term that enables the representation of special characters in a way that the browser can process correctly. By escaping these symbols in the code I want to present on my web page, I am able to force the browser to display my code as it would look in an HTML file without the browser trying to render what that code is actually describing. To escape the quotation marks in the code I want to display on my web page, I need to replace all quotation marks with this text. I will escape all the greater than symbols with a different text string. As for the less than symbol, I really don't need to escape this symbol since it doesn't confuse the browser like the quotation marks and greater than symbol does. However, for consistency's sake, I will escape the less than symbol with the text shown on the screen now. Using a code editor like Notepad++ makes the manual process of escaping the special characters quite easy. Let me show you what I mean. In Notepad++, I return to where the code snippet I want to display in my page is located. I then highlight the first less than symbol in the HTML snippet I want to include for this page. Using my keyboard, I tap Ctrl and the letter H to open the search and replace window. Notice how the less than symbol is already entered in the search field of this window. Now all I need to do is to enter the text string that represents this symbol in the replace field. After entering the escape text, I tap the replace button and the first instance of the less than symbol is replaced with the text I entered. I continue tapping the replace button until all the less than symbols in my code snippet have been replaced with the text string that represents this item. When all the less than symbols have been escaped, I turn my attention to the greater than symbols. I close the search and replace window, highlight the first instance of the greater than symbol and reopen the search and replace window by tapping Ctrl and the letter H on my keyboard. The greater than symbol is placed into the search field. I enter the text string that represents the greater than symbol in the replace field. I then tap the replace button until all the instances of the greater than symbol have been escaped. I do the same with all the quotation marks in my code snippet. When I'm done escaping these characters, my HTML code snippet looks like this. For the CSS and JavaScript code I want to display in my web page, I escape the same characters using the search and replace method described above. Here's what my CSS code snippet looks like after being escaped. Here's what the escaped JavaScript code looks like. Now I save my HTML document, return to the previewed web page and refresh the view. When I tap on the index.html drop-down, I now see the code I want to display. Same goes when I tap on the CSS and JavaScript drop-down items. That's it. By using the pre and code functions along with escaping special characters that confuse browsers, I can easily display code snippets in my web pages. Thanks for watching this episode of iTechalot. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future releases. Be sure to check out our webpage and YouTube channel for more useful videos where I tech a lot about topics that might help you with projects you are working on.